All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Asham. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. What's up?
Are you sure you're not a doppelganger? Is this the real Penn Ketchum?
Who are the real Penn Ketchum? Please stand up.
Let me guess.
Right.
You've been doing a voice all along.
All along.
And you finally decided to let the facade down.
I decided after 274 shows
Yeah.
that 275 would be the right time that I could be my true self
Yeah.
with you.
Time to launch the real Penn.
Right. Look out.
Yeah. Here we go.
Shit's getting real now, boys. Can you imagine, what I always love about this show, what I'm most proud of about this show is I feel like for both of us, but I'll just speak for myself. I feel like we are so, I am so unfiltered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to impress anybody.
That's the real us.
Yeah, it's an incredibly genuine presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And could you imagine if all of a sudden I was like, all right, now I'm going to get real.
The real me.
Right.
Yeah. Turns out
Right.
I hate Moonstruck.
Right. Never saw it, but I did read the book.
That would be the perfect.
Right. I've read all the books,
Yeah.
you fuckers.
Got him. The big con.
So I feel great, but I have this sore throat. And it was funny because I was telling you a little bit about today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
So we're booking with the studios. Mm-hmm. And I got into it with this one studio. They were pissing me off.
Oh, boy.
And I had to swear at them with his
voice.
pathetic little voice.
You're making me lose my voice.
Right? I'm like, listen, you fucker. And then you suggested, well, maybe, because it turned out okay in the end.
Yeah.
And you said, well, maybe they felt bad for you.
Yeah.
Could be.
He's been screaming about it all day.
Right.
He's losing his voice.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, speaking
Right.
of a losing voice.
Oh, my God. Yeah. The problem with the movie industry right now is there's so many places you could go with that intro. Speaking of a losing voice, I don't know where he's going.
Megalopolis. I couldn't help but notice that we didn't have the Megalopolis ultimate experience here. Do you want to explain yourself, Mr. Penn Ketchum?
Well, the old pen. Can you tell us more? Here's God's honest truth. Mm-hmm. I do not know anything. This is the first I've heard of a Megalopolis ultimate experience.
Really?
Yeah. So what is that?
That's the way it showed in Cannes, and only a select theaters were choosing to air it this way because, honestly, it sounds like a logistical manpower nightmare.
The movie's actually 6 hours. Instead of 3?
No. The Megalopolis ultimate experience that they had at Cannes is that there's a part of the movie where Adam Driver gets interviewed and speaks directly to the camera, breaking like as if
like a fourth wall.
Right. And the ultimate experience is the person asking the questions is in the audience.
Oh.
And some theaters were just taking volunteers to have a special part in the movie. Some were inviting people like press or whatever to come to the certain shows and take the roles. And some theaters, for all the showings, are just having an usher stand up front with a microphone and ask the questions.
I mean, that sounds kind of cool.
I mean, it sounds cool.
Here's the problem.
Just like parts of the movie looked cool.
Here's the problem. A Different Man, mm-hmm. that A24 movie, mm-hmm. completely flopped. But I talked to people who liked it.
Okay.
Saoirse Ronan's movie, The Outrun, also flopped. Mm-hmm. But I talked to people who said it was an absolute masterpiece. Mm-hmm. Joker 2 flopped. Mm-hmm. But I talked to lots of people who really liked it.
Okay.
Megalopolis flopped. I cannot find a single person who liked it. And the one person, a friend of mine, is an avid moviegoer. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like he's not a snob. Like he watches everything.
Yeah.
Right? He walked out of this after an hour. I said, what was so bad about it? He goes, I had no idea what was going on. I was completely clueless, and I was bored. Like it wasn't like sometimes you get these weird movies and it's super weird. You're not really sure, like maybe a little bit like Christopher Nolan-y. Like you're not really sure, is he still dreaming or is he asleep? Or somebody different, you could get a weird movie, but at least it's interesting.
Yeah.
My guy was like, nah.
Yeah.
He left after an hour, and I couldn't find anybody that liked it.
I've been loving watching the before and after videos of like the weekend that came out. There were people who were like, we're so excited. It's either going to be the best movie ever made or like so bad it becomes a cult classic. And then it flips to them recording themselves in the theater afterwards. And they're just like, what? Right. I don't even know what happened? Why? How did that happen?
And it's so like
the clips I've seen for it are horrible.
I don't know what the right word is to describe Francis Ford Coppola's role in all this. Mm-hmm. Like, should he be embarrassed?
I mean,
and then he came out and defended Joker. And if I was Todd Phillips, I'd be like, listen, how about you just stay over there, old timer?
Yeah.
Like you and your little pet project showing everyone what it's like to be rich. Just stay over there.
I want to talk more about that connection later when we talk about Joker.
Okay.
But
you'd have to be a real princess to be able to, you're like writing in your diary, like, I'm going to make this movie and nobody's going to know what's going on with it.
I'm going to finance it myself.
Like
a true princess.
Right.
And then somebody else reads your diary. Maybe what? Like for 3 times?
Well, you got to have at least 3 diaries.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of 3 diaries. Nailed it. Speaking of princesses and diaries. And 3 of them. Anne Hathaway is confirmed to star in her role in Princess Diaries 3 with Adele Lim set to be the director.
Yeah. I think this is great for people who like those movies. I mean, I know they're wildly popular.
Yeah.
So I think this is awesome. And I love Anne Hathaway.
What's not to love?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and I have no idea which way this is going to go. Have you ever seen The Princess Diaries?
I've seen at least the first one. I don't think I've seen the second one. But I saw the first one at some point when it was relevant. Probably with a group of people and probably just took it in and just was like, whatever.
I don't think I've seen either one.
You got 2 girls at the proper age.
I was just going to say, I would be really interested. I don't remember them being into it.
Really?
Maybe I was clueless.
Was this when you started to crank their pinkies out? The girls,
don't watch that shit.
You're better than this.
Yeah.
You're better than this.
Right. Come over here and watch Moonstruck.
Yeah. Come on. A real princess story.
You're 8 years old. Come here.
Yeah. You'll like this.
Yeah. It's got Nicolas Cage. You'll be fine.
He's in a Recageissance. That's what I've heard.
That was before the Recageissance. Speaking of Recageissances, John Wick.
John Wick, he's back. Or is he?
What?
Because didn't he die? Or maybe he didn't.
I thought he was dead.
But what if?
Didn't we review the girl trailer a few weeks ago?
Yes, last week.
What was that?
The ballerina.
The ballerina.
John Wick is returning to theaters, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of John Wick, the movie.
So this is a big elaborate setup.
Yeah.
To say they're re-releasing John Wick.
They're re-releasing John Wick. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Whatever. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it, but it's not, I don't know. They re-released Whiplash.
I can't imagine, like, maybe, I guess. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a real draw people in re-release. I mean, because if you love this movie, you're probably watching it a decent amount at home, in which case, like, you must really love this movie to then also...
I agree with you. I hear what you're saying, But there's another element, which is this movie, more than most, would benefit from being on the big screen.
Okay, all right.
That's some
I hear you.
action shit.
It is. The first one is amazing too.
Yeah, that's one. That's what first one, in my opinion, is the best of all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not even
Not even guessing.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Not that I didn't like the other ones,
No,
but
you didn't.
I didn't.
All right. Our last bit of news here.
I thought you were queuing up a sound effect.
Well, maybe I was.
Oh, okay. Right. Roger that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we have one more bit of news.
We do. We're not.
Don't be asking for any sound effects before it's time for the sound effects.
No. I thought you were queuing up a sound effect for this news item.
For this now.
Yeah, and I was going to be super impressed.
Because you put it on here
Since
after.
I wrote it on while you were driving.
While I was driving here, yeah. Oh, I was prepared.
Right.
Sam Raimi is rumored to direct Doctor Strange 3.
Rumored?
Rumored. How do you feel about this?
He's directing Rachel McAdams in some other movie between now and then.
Okay.
And from what I heard, and I think we talked about this with the Doctor Strange sequel that he took over for what's-his-face.
Right.
Apparently, Mr. Rami is very, his personality and his directing style and everything works in the MCU.
Okay.
Like he fits in.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know, but I read that a few different places. So,
It's because I would have expected you to know.
right.
Yeah. You guys are pretty tight. And MCU, and both the MCU
Right,
and him.
right.
If anyone was going to make a match.
I mean, I do talk to Disney every week.
Yeah.
And I feel like the person I talk to every week is obviously in all these meetings.
Right.
For sure.
Right. I like to think of you as how there's matchmakers for dating?
Right.
That you're like the director matchmaker. So you've come to me with your issue. Allow me to look through my catalog.
Right. Let me see.
You say a dark and brooding character?
I think this is great. I obviously hope it's true, but I think Doctor Strange 3 is, in a best case scenario, 2 years away,
Yeah.
if not 3.
I like this idea in the same way that I like the idea of him doing 2. And while 2 was not great, I feel that's more of an issue of when and where it takes place within the MCU model, where they were trying to cram so much into it, storylines from TV shows, movies coming up,
Yeah.
too much. They were trying to do too much world building in the movie.
So the next big Marvel movie is Captain America in February.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
See if the turnaround started.
So Disney has Moana 2 in December.
Yeah.
Right. And they also have, right now, they have, or I guess it starts this weekend, Timothy Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. And then the following week of the 18th, they have Hocus Pocus.
Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas is not a Tim Burton movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did not direct the movie. He came up with the story initially and then left.
And they still called it Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Is it called Tim Burton's or Timothy Burton?
It's called Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas
Interesting.
because of rights to it. But he created the idea and then was like, I don't want to do this, and bounced. So when you tell me, let's look at good Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
What about The Nightmare Before Christmas? Not a Tim Burton movie. Tim Burton-esque.
I picture you at a little cocktail party.
And this is how I don't know. This is how I get ladies. I'm like, oh, what are you up to? Did you know? I see you like Tim Burton. And usually when I'm done talking, I open my eyes and nobody's around.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, that's all the news fit to print. Oh, there he goes.
I forgot to tell you in news. Yeah.
Oh,
I went away this weekend with the girls
yeah.
and we listened to the Penn Cinema podcast in the car,
Whoa.
which was super weird. but it was fun to hear where they laughed at stuff.
Oh yeah. And was it? Ha, Dad, you're so funny.
It was not where I thought they were. Like there was things that one of us was saying, and I'd hear Kayla in the back seat laugh, and I'm like,
how dare you?
I did it was unexpected. The reason why I mention it is because I was in the car.
Yeah.
And I had to take the wheel with my knees so I could do the news.
They got to see it in person.
They saw it in person.
And were they like, wow, Dad?
They were like, can you do that again? And I was like, not till next week.
Not unless the tune's going.
And wait,
right?
yeah.
Well, I can't rewind it.
Yeah, come on. What are you,
Time.
crazy?
Yeah.
It's only so many minutes in the day.
I love it.
All right, trailers.
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we have a good week.
Okay.
They're not the most best this week.
Not the most bestest,
but
a good solid week.
I think it's a solid week.
I will say this. The worst movie on here isn't that bad.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, now, like we said before, we review the trailers. Like, we're reviewing the trailer and not always necessarily the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that changes what we would vote for as trailer of the week.
Right.
Which makes me kind of curious as to what yours is, because I look at mine and I'm like, well, this is my trailer of the week, but I don't know if it's the movie I want to see the most. Anyway.
I'm at a loss. We're going into this and we'll have this conversation.
Yeah.
And at some point I'm going to have to pick a trailer week, but I am not there. I don't know what my trailer week is right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start off with Elevation by Vertical Films. Anthony Mackie. This was...
Who we love.
Yeah. This is produced by a bunch of people involved in A Quiet Place. And that's like the extent of its connection, but they're going to put that in every trailer so that you know. And I think that's a detriment to this movie. Because if you had this movie without putting A Quiet Place in my mind, maybe I would have said, oh, it seems like it might be kind of like A Quiet Place. But because you put and said, oh, it's made by similar people, now I look at it and just see beats of the movie A Quiet Place. And like, oh, okay. Oh.
It's an original premise, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. The idea is that there's monsters that have taken over the world.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the monsters can't survive above 8,000 feet.
Right. It's almost as if there were monsters that took over the world, but only attack when you hear a lot of noise.
That comparison doesn't bother me as much as it does here. But could we...
So people have to go to a remote place and try and survive without going below 8,000 feet or making any noise.
My problem with this movie is that all the titles that were written and like crediting it with other with A Quiet Place and everything, they all seemed really cheap. Like they were done in the 90s. You know what I mean? They were like glossy and icy and like it looked cheap and chintzy. And I love Anthony Mackie. I think he's great in a lot of roles, but he looked bad in this. Yeah. And they're fighting the monsters with like machine guns, and I'm like, so they've taken over the world, but you're gonna fight them off with machine guns,
right?
Like I don't know. The whole movie to me like kind of looked cheap. So I don't have a trailer of the week, but I can tell you that this one ain't it.
I'm gonna go out. Well, let me say this is the weakest one.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
When I said the worst one isn't that bad.
Right.
This is what I was thinking of.
Like I would watch if someone was like, I want to see Elevation.
Absolutely.
I'll watch it.
Me too.
Like, it's not like one of those movies like I don't want to see that movie.
Right.
And I'm not going to see it otherwise, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Next up, we have A Better Man, which you put in.
Just Better Man.
Better Man.
Yeah.
You put it in the show notes as Bitter Man.
Did I?
Which led me on a little bit of a wild goose chase.
That was not on purpose.
Was it like a subliminal message?
Because this would be my runner-up.
This is from Paramount.
Yeah.
And this is about, well, let me tell you what I think it's about. And then I'm really excited to hear from you to find out what it's actually about.
Yeah.
Okay, what I think it's about is I think there's a rock star who fancies himself a chipmunk. I mean, a chimpanzee, a monkey.
A real-life rock star.
Yeah. but the movie is seen as himself as a monkey.
Yes. So it is, and let me just look it up because I want to get the name right of the guy who, the artist it's about, is a British pop singer, Robbie Williams.
And is that you're telling me that's a real guy?
That's a real British pop singer.
Okay.
Robbie Williams is doing a biographical film, a biopic of his life, an exaggerated biopic of his life, but he says that he never viewed himself as a person. He always thought of himself as something more, something different, like a monkey among men. Thus, the way he is played, the way that he sees himself in the movie, he is not actually a monkey, but he is, because he is also not actually an actor.
Right.
Instead of getting someone who looks like him, they have a CGI monkey man playing his role. And it doesn't look like the worst thing in the world, which is surprising.
Right. This movie is going to be way better than if I hadn't seen the trailer.
Right.
And you described it to me, I'd be like, oh, come on.
That would never work.
Right. But it looks like it works.
It looks like it works, yeah. That's why it's my runner-up, because, the trailer was effective in making me want to see more.
Yeah.
And being interested in the movie.
The reason why this was not my trailer of the week and was not my runner-up, I put this in third place.
Okay.
I have picked my trailer of the week.
Ooh.
I got to tell you, we'll get to it, but I had to get over some stuff emotionally in order to pick it.
Okay.
That's like a little clue.
Okay.
The reason why this one would be my third or fourth title is because I didn't know I didn't get it.
Okay.
And I watched it. I mean, I wasn't doing something while I was watching it. I watched it, but I still didn't understand what they were telling me.
Right.
I thought maybe he got bit by a monkey and turned into a monkey, or maybe it was his fantasy, or something like that. Because I heard the part where he said, I always imagine myself as more than, when I die, I want people to say like he was.
You also didn't know who Robbie Williams was,
right?
So that's I was going into it. I knew that he was a pop singer. Don't ask me about any of his songs. I don't know.
Well, what are some of his songs like?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I said not to ask me, and you broke the rules. Our trust is broken. What is this show? I don't even know.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Where's the Tylenol?
The world is upside down for me right now.
I have a problem where, first of all, I should tell you that I went and saw a doctor a couple weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
And they were asking me all these questions. It was like routine bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're asking me all these questions. And he goes, "Are you experiencing?"
Well, are you experiencing any?
The guy goes, this poor bastard, he's like a younger guy, he's a tech or something. He goes, are you?
The best part, I'm laughing. He makes it sound like I know what's going on, but I'm just laughing because he is losing it over here. He's redder than Bob the Tomato.
This guy goes, are you experiencing any hearing loss? And I go, what? And then
I love how much you crack yourself
and
up.
then he just stared at me. I was like, no, I'm good. I can hear you. So the reason why I was prompted to tell that story is because as soon as somebody says something stupid, like Robbie Williams is a real pop star, don't ask me about his music. As soon as somebody says, don't ask me about their music, I feel obligated to immediately ask them about their music.
Right.
Don't you think that's a normal response?
I'm going to be honest with you here. I do the same thing.
You do the same thing. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Because you're yes.
You and I are two peas in a pod.
Yep, cut from the same cloth. The next trailer is my trailer runner-up called Baby Girl, starring Nicole Kidman. It comes from A24, and it was written and directed by Helena Rain.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea who Helena Rain is. Do you?
No.
Okay, so don't ask me about her history.
What? I don't want to know about her movies, but tell me about the personal history of Alina Rain.
The reason why I don't know anything about her, but the reason why I noted that is because I think this movie being written and directed by a woman gives it 1,000% more credibility for me. You know, it's kind of like Barbie had to be written and directed by Greta Gerwig in order to be as good as it was.
So the premise of this movie is Nicole Kidman is a powerful businesswoman.
Successful CEO of a major,
of something.
Huge company.
And they have new hires. And the new hires come in, and one of them is a young guy who flirts with her.
Yeah.
And it hits on some nerves. Maybe because she's always in control, she would prefer to have someone in control of her. She's a married woman with children. And he, an affair happens, and he progresses to hold it over her head and continue to manipulate her.
I think there's some interesting plot elements. There's the element of just sort of turning the Harvey Weinstein story on its head, in terms of a powerful woman is, has this over the boy, but then there's also the element of control, and the freedom that comes from having somebody be in control,
Right. There's definitely parts of the trailer where he's like, you could stop this whenever you want, but do you want to? And she's clearly distraught, and she's like, no.
Right.
So
this movie looks good. It's also, I hate to admit it, but the fact that it's from A24 makes me think it's going to be better.
One could hope, although we will say A24 has had some misses this year.
Yes, they have had some misses.
Yeah. Coming up next, we have a movie that I thought was a sequel at first.
This is my trailer week.
Juror number 2. This looks surprisingly good considering it's from Clint Eastwood.
Yes, that's what I had to get over because I was watching this, and as soon as the thing came up and said directed by Clint Eastwood, I was like, oh.
Because all of his movies look great until you watch them. I would say his trailers for his movies, they always look like the ones he's directed. I was like, I bet that's going to be good. And then I watch it, and every single time I'm like, I don't like this.
I haven't watched a Clint Eastwood movie since Gran Turismo.
Point.
And that's my first problem. My second problem is he did that thing where he got real political. And he did that. He went to some convention somewhere and talked to an empty chair. It was busting on. I forget if it was it was one of the presidents. It was either Hillary or Barack or Bill Clinton or somebody. And it wasn't Bill because it was more recent. And it just it turned me off. You know what I mean? He's so out there and he's so old. And I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but I don't know. I just don't I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite, but Tom Cruise went through that whole Scientology thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was super weird.
Oh, yeah.
But somehow that was him being weird in his own little weirdness. And I feel like Clint Eastwood has become weird in his own, trying to impose it on everybody elseness. If that makes any kind of sense.
I get it.
Anyway, I was turned off by the fact that he was in this, or that he directed this, but the movie looks amazing.
Yeah.
So the premise is there's Nicholas Hoult stars. He's driving home one night and it hits something. He thinks it's a deer or something. And then later he gets selected for jury in a hit and run case. And as the details begin to emerge, you're led to believe that that he is actually the person who hit and killed the girl who the defendant is accused of killing.
Right.
And what a great, fresh... I'm sure somebody's going to write in who watches a lot of the Turner classic movies and tell us that Jimmy Stewart starred in this in 1954.
Right.
And maybe he did, but I don't care because I never heard of it before. And this premise looks fascinating. I love a good courtroom drama.
I am right there with you. This looks... At this point, this trailer makes this movie look very compelling and interesting and fresh for a jury... For a court drama. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. next up, we have a movie that takes Jack Quaid in a direction that I have not seen him in before, and has me quite interested.
What other direction have we seen Jack Quaid in?
Jack Quaid is stars on The Boys. He's also one of the voices on Star Trek Lower Decks.
What's his relationship to the famous Quaids? Because he looks like them. So
He is
son of Dennis Quaid.
And what's her name? Big hair, blonde.
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
Oh, that was a good guess.
Yeah,
All right, look at me.
yeah. So he's their kid.
Okay. So anyway, tell us about this movie.
He's a really good actor. First off,
He looked good.
yeah. But usually he plays more. Not always, but in a lot of the things that he's popular in, he plays an underdog, a weak character that may get stronger, or a comedic character. In this movie, he is playing what looks to be some sort of maybe a serial killer or something. This trailer was a little confusing. It's definitely he's torturing a girl, but maybe he's not. Maybe they're a team of torturers and they torture people together. Not really sure.
It does not look like a movie I want to see, but it looks like a good movie.
Yeah.
That's where I land.
Yeah. As much as I said, like, I will watch this movie within reason. Like, I don't know that I will go out of my way to watch it, but
I'm a little disappointed at this point
yeah.
because we have 6 trailers. Mm-hmm. You have not revealed your trailer of the week,
No.
which means that you're leaving it for number 6, which I think could compete for the worst.
No.
For the worst of the lot.
No, Penn. This
Looks
trailer
like trash.
was amazing. Amazing. Trailer.
Okay.
No one's going to see this movie.
Okay.
No one's going. But this reminded me of Snatch, Layer Cake. Who's the guy? It reminded me very much of Guy Ritchie. It has a bullet train feel to it. The movie is called Stockholm Bloodbath, and it is medieval times and a British whatever king, knight, lord of the land is trying to do things.
King, Knight, Lord of the Land.
Taking over lands.
Yeah.
And these Swedish fish are delicious. Swedish
chefs.
And the chef made the fish.
Yeah.
The Swedish peasant women decide to rise up against, and it looks action-packed. It looks fun. It looks funny. The editing looked amazing. This trailer had me glued to the screen the whole time while saying to myself, oh man, I really want to see this. Nobody else will, but I really want to see this.
Do you remember a few minutes ago when you and I said trash and amazing at the exact same time?
Yeah.
I couldn't finish watching this trailer. Not because it was so bad, but because, I don't know, like...
Did you miss the good line where the guy yelled and he was like, not gonna let, I don't even remember what it was, no, this person do this?
Oh, it was so good.
It was great.
It was unforgettable.
One might say unforgettable. Do you remember that part? Did you get there? Did you miss it? All right, fine. That's my trailer of the week. Stockholm Bloodbath. Yours is
Juror number 2.
Juror number 2. There we go.
Oh, right. We got this whole other thing.
Get the sound effect.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me get situated.
Well, I was across the room, so it took a while for the sound to get.
I still don't have it.
No.
I got to work out the
so
time.
close.
Yeah.
Did you do that in the car too?
Actually,
Did you do the real thing in the car?
Actually, we didn't get to that part.
Whoa. Not even on the drive home?
They were so offended at the Maggie Smith debacle.
They asked you to turn it off.
Right.
Wow, so you got 10 minutes in.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just kidding. We got a lot further than that, but we did not get to the end of the trailers. All right, so this week we're reviewing a film. I don't know if you heard.
Joker 2, Electric Folie Deux.
Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Joker Folie à Deux, which many people have chosen to share with me. You know that means the folly of two.
Well, that's what it literally translates into, but it's a term for people who share a delusion.
Right.
Right. To which I think the real shared delusion is anyone going to this movie think they're going to see something good. Penn, this is one of the worst movies, not just saying it for the show, I have ever seen. This movie was so bad that when it was over, my friend and I didn't know what to say to each other.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't cocaine bad.
Wait. Stop
bad.
everything.
Yeah.
Because I want to share your review in a nutshell was this movie was so bad that when it was over, my friend and I didn't know what to say to each other.
Because we were upset.
And here's my review.
Yeah.
This movie was so good
Oh, my God.
that when it was over, my friend and I didn't know what to say to each other.
If I wasn't associated with this building, I would have been booed. Like I had to hold myself back from booing every time they started to sing. It was so bad. You know when I realized what kind of a shit show I was in for? Within the first 5 minutes, when I heard the Saints come marching in for the fourth time, restarted by another person, I was like, oh, so they don't care. They don't really care.
How'd you like the scene when they were walking pretty much towards the beginning of the movie? They were walking from the main building to the B ward, and the camera...
You mean the Burt Ward?
The camera came up around over them.
Yeah. You know,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And the umbrellas were all brightly colored.
Mm-hmm.
And then the camera continued past them, and they were back to being black umbrellas. I felt like it was a missed opportunity. They could have really gone with that.
The only
throughout the whole movie.
The only positive thing that we could say about this movie was that if you paused it, there was a lot of really cool looking pictures.
Tell me about the Burt Ward.
He was Robin.
Right, I know. But was there a reference in the movie that I missed?
He went to the B ward.
Okay. I thought you were saying there was like a legit Easter egg.
No.
Okay.
No. So this movie is getting panned horribly, and it flopped tremendously, doing $45 million over the weekend. You said they had lowered it to a 60-something? 50, yeah.
But from a high of 115.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, I don't ever remember 2 weeks, 1 week, like that close to a release.
Yeah.
Projections dropping by less than half.
Yeah.
Like it would have been nothing if they were like, this is $90 million. And then as it got closer, they were like, oh, it's 85, it's 80, it's 87, it's 78. You know what I mean? Like 10 or 12 million. But this was a $60 million swing.
And it wasn't enough. Yeah. This movie, in order to break even, will have to make something like $415 million with marketing.
Feels like that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's only half of what the first one made. So I would imagine they thought, oh, we did that easy with the first one. Now, there's been interviews with the director, because this has been, like I said, it's being panned pretty horribly.
By everyone except Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
Who's standing by his empty theater in front of Megalopolis.
Yeah.
Going,
So that's the real Folie à Deux.
Right.
Folie à Deux, sorry. Yeah. But so Todd Phillips has come out and said that about this movie, that he was irritated with the people who liked the first movie, because the first movie, as I'm sure you're aware, was very popular with the incel online and stuff, and looking at Joker as in the movie. In the movie, we see the Joker idolized by people, and to you and me, it might be clear that it's pointing out that that's a bad thing. But then there were people who saw that and gravitated towards that, and that was a very large group of the fan base that was very vocal about the first movie. So he made this movie as an antithesis to the people who liked the first movie, as kind of like, look, you were wrong. Like, you should not like this guy or the first movie as much as you do. And to that effect, I think that he did a good job, but he went too hard, and made a horrible piece of film. The singing is atrocious, and it's so bad. And then the nod to The Dark Knight at the end of this movie, first off, doesn't fit timeline-wise, so it's not actually a connection because of age of characters.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about that.
But it's definitely a nod, and it's a horrible one. So...
so there's so that's just going to die.
Right. This is a dead end. Yeah, because they went to... There was also some people asked James Gunn, how come this didn't have a DC Universe logo at the beginning? And he's like, because it's not part of what we're doing going forward. It was its own thing. It was started before we took over. So...
On a more positive side, it's the first movie I ever saw where...
Ever? That explains a lot of our reviews.
Like I said, this is the show where my real authentic self comes out.
It's funny you say that because someone was asking me about it today, and I said, if you like the first movie, I wouldn't recommend seeing it because you'll ruin the first movie. If you didn't like the first movie, I wouldn't recommend going and seeing it because it doesn't redeem itself. And I said, if you've never seen a movie, I wouldn't recommend going to see it because it'd be a bad first
It'll never go again.
Yeah.
I will say this about that. I understand sometimes when I like a movie and other people don't, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what's their problem? I completely understand why people didn't like this movie. I loved this movie, probably for all the same reasons that everyone hated it. But I will say, I want to agree with you strongly on something, which is that when you have a talent like Lady Gaga in a movie, let her sing.
Yeah, you don't waste it like
Don't
this.
let her be like, most of her singing was like that sad, pathetic, like not quite falsetto. There's a word for it, but I don't know what it is. But she wasn't like singing out.
No.
It was almost like she was singing to herself, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, here, let me imitate the music in this movie, because it's a musical, even though they claim it's not a musical. It's got enough singing in it that it's a musical. But this is every song. And then someone goes, huh?
Yeah.
And then it just gets louder. The singing doesn't get better, it just gets louder.
Yeah. I felt like though they missed a lot of opportunities where they could have had Lady Gaga really like getting into it.
Apparently they cut a lot of her stuff out of the movie.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah.
And the damn thing was still 2 hours and 40 minutes long. What I loved about this movie, what I was getting ready to say earlier, I've never seen a movie where the hero, in this case Joker, was on trial and was trying to get away from Joker. He was trying to redeem himself. And he had this other character, Lady Gaga, who in my mind was trying to, build up the Joker in him.
Yes.
And that was the conflict. And I felt like that was crafted beautifully and subtly until the end, in the third act, when it became obvious that like she was trying to, so for example, the scene that sticks with me that was in the trailer a lot, when he's running down the street and there's cop cars behind him, you think he's running from the cops, but in the movie, he's running from his fans who are trying to get him to be Joker.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like Arthur Fleck was running from Joker.
Right.
And there were cops in the background because somebody had just blown up the courthouse. But what he was actually running from was the energy around Joker, from all the people in his life who needed him to be Joker.
Right.
He was trying to get away from that.
But then he ran into so if you want to talk like technicality, that is...
Which I don't.
Which you are. That the techniques, what they were trying to express through the scenes. I will say that was a good, although they did foreshadow it pretty strongly with the cartoon at the beginning as to what was happening.
What'd you think of that cartoon?
I mean, it's just more of the same. People were talking through it because they didn't realize the movie had started in my theater. And I will say, harking back, when it was over, there was a lot of complaining in the audience around me. The people were just talking through the movie and on their phones and stuff, like pretty loudly. But what what I'm getting at is so that he's running from the persona of the Joker because he's decided to let it go. And Lady Gaga has left him. And now there's a question here as to whether or not she shot herself before this scene.
Right.
But he gets to the steps. Now, in the first movie, there's a big thing on how the steps represent the descent into madness as he dances down them.
Right.
Well, he gets to the stairs and he's coming out of madness. He's almost to the top and it symbolizes the whole movie. He's almost to the top and he interacts with Lady Gaga and she's like, basically says, if you're not him, I don't want you.
Right.
And then she progresses to, if she is still alive in the scene, progresses to break herself out of the delusion, but lowers him back into it as a result.
If the stairs represent, what do you think they represent?
That's what Todd Phillips said they represent from the first movie.
Well, then he would know.
I mean, he did make the movie.
I think so.
Yeah. But there is a question as to whether or not she shot herself. Because apparently there's also a version of that scene that they filmed where she shoots him and then she dances down the steps with the Joker makeup. And that's in a lot of the posters and it was in some of the production material. There's also a cut scene where they imagine themselves breaking out of the courthouse and like dancing down the steps out of the front of it while singing and the crowd goes crazy. So
I really enjoyed this movie. And when I was walking out with my friends, I said to them, this reminds me of like Todd Phillips is now in the category of who did we talk about the other day where I was saying this guy's my favorite actor that I always forget is to name. It might have been Michael Keaton, but Todd Phillips is my favorite director that I always forget to name when I'm naming my favorite directors. Like, I don't think of him when I think of favorite directors, but every time I watch one of his movies, I'm like, oh, that was awesome. So, yeah, so I'm in the minority, but my review is best movie ever made.
mine is worst movie of all time. There you go.
And as usual, one of us is right, and the other is David Moulton.
I feel like you got that line from somebody. Is it you? What are we doing next week?
Next week, I am so excited.
Yeah.
Next week, we're doing Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
That's perfect.
This is, I am a big Saturday Night Live fan. I hope that, I really, really, really hope the movie does well. First of all, because I want all our movies to do well, but also because I feel like it looks so good.
It does.
You know, and I'm going to be crushed if it's not good.
Now, have you been watching Saturday Night Live like live?
Yeah.
Are they advertising it heavy?
Well, I don't watch it live.
Well, that's
because it's on in the middle of the night.
Remember that point when I said, "Are you watching Saturday Night Live?" And you were like, "Yeah." And then,
right, and then I corrected myself.
2 seconds later, you're like,
Actually, I have been watching it live because for some reason, I've been up in the middle of the night the last few weekends, last couple weekends.
Party animal.
Big time. I'm excited for Saturday night.
Yeah, me too.
This movie looks great, and we'll come at you next week with a full on review. Won't we?
Oh, we shall. Are you ready to get it? Excuse me. Are you ready to get into listener feedback, comments, questions, answers?
More
so
ready
forth?
than I am now.
Never than this right here?
Yes.
Okay. Because
did you see the one I added at the end?
I did.
Okay.
And we'll get into it.
Okay.
Let's start it off with
It's the final countdown.
I can't do it.
You're gonna be so much worse off after this.
I can't do it. I tried.
All right, top 10 Sarah, one of our favorites. She writes in. First off, I love the spot for the podcast that'll run before the trailers. She saw it on Facebook. She said, very clever. Why, thank you. Secondly, in the fire hose versus flamethrower debate, which is a debate from the Ballerina trailer that we had last year, she says the fire hose wins every time. That thing has some serious firepower. Get it? All one needs to do is point a fire hose at the flamethrower holder's feet, and boom, down they go. Easy as that. Now, I get what she's saying, and she's totally right.
No, she's trying to be funny.
No. Well, yeah. No, she's right. If you took the fire hose and aimed it at their feet, they would fall, like, because the fire hose is going to have longer reach.
Yeah, but as soon as you aim the fire hose at their feet, you got cooked by their flamethrower.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It has more reach.
They're laying on the ground with a sore back, and you're dead.
But what? So she took it as in, like, if this was a battle between the flamethrower and the fire hose, who would win? But I don't know what you meant. But what I meant was, like, in the movie, if you took the two and you literally sprayed them into each other, what wins? Not who has the better tactics. If we were to take a flamethrower on a post and a fire hose on a post, equal distance away, and we fired them at each other, what happened?
Because in this trailer, there's a scene where the bad guys are shooting a flamethrower and the good guys grab a fire hose off the wall and use it as a shield to gain ground against the bad guys.
And we're at a certain amount of distance from the fire hose, it just is steam.
And I thought it was an interesting question.
I'm right there with you.
Just from a thermal physics point of view, like, how would that play out?
Meanwhile,
do we have any thermophysicists that listen to this?
Probably have at least 4.
Now listen, when my dog is not feeling well, which is very rare because of the great care that she gets at the Manheim Pike Veterinary Hospital. But when the rare occasion when she's not feeling well, I take my dog to Top 10 Sarah, who fixes her right up.
She hits her with a fire hose.
So she's a brilliant. I don't know if she's a veterinarian. I don't know.
I think.
Is that whatever? But what I'm saying is, Sarah, are you also a nuclear physicist?
Yeah, that's clearly
a thermophysicist. I mean, don't be coming at us with this, storytelling.
Yeah, we had a very serious question,
which we expected to get serious answers.
We wanted a scientific answer
from grown-ups,
but instead what we got is our regional tactician was like, well,
I name it at defeat.
3 days from now, we'll engage in battle, and if they come with the flamethrower, go for the feet.
I love Sarah so much.
Yeah, Sarah's great.
Okay, thirdly, she reminded us that she had already taught us.
Yeah, she was the one who taught us
how to correctly pronounce Shearsha.
It is
Shearsha Ronan. Like
Shearsha?
Like sheer curtains.
We were saying Sorsa.
Right.
But it's Shearsha.
Sheer curtains or a pair of kitchen shears.
Kitchen shears. Shearsha Ronan. I don't know what accent it is, but it's not offensive, clearly. All right. Next up, we heard from another great.
The shadow knows.
That is one of the first sound effects you ever queued up for a listener.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Now, I'm going to let you give up to reading this because this is clear. The shadow knows what Penn likes.
Right. I really enjoyed this story the Shadow wrote.
For the joke, he's talking about the Joker.
Right.
Folie à deux.
Filet mignon.
Yeah, folie à deux.
Folie à deux. Shadow. Should I read it in French or English?
How about a French-English?
French?
English.
Right,
we want to show the French accent.
Paris, mon ami.
Yeah.
Bonsoir. Well, since I don't...
You want me to do it in a French?
No, please. Since I don't know French, I'll read it in English. Oh. The Shadow writes, I really enjoyed this story. People will say this isn't Batman, but it is. Just written in a different but similar light. If you want to see a comic book movie, stay home and stream DC animation. If you truly want to see a good movie with good actors, see this. Also, at the end, they throw in a sneaky possible who is the next Joker. I don't think that last sentence is accurate, but I agree with the review.
Well, at least 50% of the hosts of the show agree with you. You can take that to the bank.
It's like a joke about the fifth dentist.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 dentists agrees.
Yeah. The other one's tied in the corner and can't say anything.
Great to hear from the Shadow.
Yeah. And finally.
Second to final.
Oh, second. Oh, pardon me. got you with the percussion. And that whole time, to keep himself from singing, he had a mouthful of water.
It's true.
Yeah.
I could work the snaps like nobody's business.
Yeah. With or without water in the mouth.
Yeah, either way.
Either way.
Either way.
Master.
I do speak French.
All right. Frodo writes in and she says, The Wild Robot. I watched The Wild Robot and I cried a few times, and it is an almost perfect movie, and it's the best movie I've seen since finding my favorite movie. And just a reminder, that's Nimona. I will say the trailer wasn't effective at conveying the type of movie that it was. There was more dialogue and comedy than I expected, but that didn't end up mattering. I'm a sap and I love Familia or other, and this movie got me. All right.
She loves love, familia, or otherwise.
Yes. Sorry. She loves love, familiar or otherwise. Thank you for reading that with the proper cadence. That's why I have you here.
The next part of we completely agree. We loved The Wild Robot.
It's my runner-up for movie of the year right now.
It's my second. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Do you know your movie of the year so far?
100%.
Inside Out.
No. Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. She goes on. Can I do this next one?
Yeah, please.
Because this kind of cracked me up. Because I read the quote, and then I was like, "Oh, that's so cool that Frodo, who we take very seriously, it's so cool that Frodo agreed with me and was, obviously highlighting my brilliance by rewriting this quote from the last episode."
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So the quote is, I said last week, quote, "You're not going to find anyone who's like, I didn't like Harry Potter. It wasn't good." End quote. Perfection. Perfect.
Because
she goes on to say, so then she goes, so I said, you're not going to find anyone who's like, and I said it all serious.
Yeah.
I was sure. You agreed, but I'm the idiot that said it like with total confidence.
Yeah.
What I said was, you're not going to find anyone who's like, I don't like Harry Potter. It wasn't good. And then Frodo writes back and says, I didn't like Harry Potter, and it isn't good. And I was like, wait, what?
Wait, hold up.
So, should I read this? I'm not going to read this whole thing. But I did read it.
Okay.
But I don't think we need to read it on the show.
Okay, sure.
But she went on to share a lot of really smart and insightful problems with Harry Potter.
Mostly noting, and she didn't just pull out the obvious, she mentioned the J.K. Rowling stuff, but what I like is that she went out of her way to also note that, like, before that was, like, publicly problematic, she had problems with the films and the books and stuff. I wanted to read this middle paragraph because I thought it was, it's all really interesting, but this middle paragraph sort of gets to the point best. And she goes, this is Frodo saying, to a kid, sure, Harry Potter had a universe with potential and world building to play with. But once the nostalgia goggles are off, it really wasn't that good. The point is this, in hindsight, and with J.K. Rowling's political opinions informing it, and it sucks because a lot of young queer kids read those books and saw an abused child protagonist finding a place they didn't know they belonged and being accepted and connected to that. But then the author not only undid all of that, but started a crusade against those same readers. So a massive chunk of kids that liked the books and movies in past tense now don't at all. Yeah.
That's brutal. I mean, it's not unlike what I was saying about Clint Eastwood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of fun Clint Eastwood movies, but when your politics turn hateful and turn on how other people should live their lives, then that undoes a lot of what people think about your track record. So I just think it's interesting. Not only did Frodo say, I didn't like them and they weren't good, but then she articulated some pretty profound reasons. She's not saying that casually.
Right. Yeah. Which was great.
Yeah, so I appreciate it.
I also, we both read it the whole way through. That was a good paraphrase of what she was saying.
I did. There was another funny sentence in there.
Hit me.
This is from Frodo, who's famous for sending us novels.
Yes.
Right? So she writes, I try not to get overly verbose about this topic. I'm like, girl, you don't try to not get overly verbose about anything.
We love it though. It's so good. But have you heard of the prodigal son?
I have.
The parable?
I have. Tell me about
I
it.
feel like we have a prodigal son.
Yeah.
And some prodigal sons return, some go on a journey.
Some go.
We do the gobble gobble. We do the turkey wobble. We do the gobble gobble.
That's right. The mystery gobble has chimed in wearing his Pen Cinema podcast shirt from Italia.
How do you know that he's in Italy wearing his Pen Cinema podcast?
He sent us a photo.
Oh.
A photo.
Oh, he sent us an actual photo.
Yeah.
A photograph of him on a mountainside in Italy,
Yeah.
looking amazing.
Yeah. He was like, have you seen Fabio? Try this out for size.
Right. I tell you what, Scott, the mystery gobble,
Yeah.
in America is one thing.
Right.
Signor Scott in Italia,
Spanish Scott?
ciao, ciao. No, I think it's Senor, don't they say? It's spelled different. In Spanish, it's SENOR with that thing over the end.
Mm-hmm.
In Italy, isn't it SIGNOR?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Okay, Scott, tell us. Teach us. Go
All
ahead.
I can think in my head is Monsieur.
Monsieur.
But that's clearly French.
So, first of all, we appreciate him sending in the photo.
Yeah, he said it in a photo.
That's great.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm getting you some downloads from Italy.
Yeah.
And then your boy,
Yes.
meaning me,
I was going to say.
because who else, right?
Right.
I logged in and I was like, I just want to see if he is a man of his word. We'll just test the theory.
Yeah.
If I have to call him out.
Yeah.
On this worldwide podcast.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Listen to all over the world now, Italy.
Because maybe it was a faked photo.
It could have been a faked photo. And I opened it up, surely enough. We have one download since the beginning of October in Italy.
I want to go on record. Scott, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second did I think you didn't download the Pen Cinema podcast.
Can I bring something up, though?
Please.
He did say downloads.
No. He said we needed downloads.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. But, yeah. It's not,
Now,
yeah.
what would there's all right.
All right.
Let's push the envelope. This is instead of my bit later.
Okay.
So everyone else has the week off.
But not Mystery Gobble.
Mystery Gobble has an assignment.
He's got the week on.
What I want from Scott is I want multiple downloads from Italy. I want your bartender and the guy in the morning who brings you your coffee
To know.
I want them to download that. And if you really want to impress us, a picture of somebody else in your Pen Cinema, a photo of somebody else
A photo?
in your Pen Cinema t-shirt podcast.
That's not your wife.
Pen Cinema podcast. What did I say? Pen Cinema t-shirt podcast.
Yeah. Your Pen Cinema t-shirt podcast.
Right.
It's the new...
That would be such a better name for our show.
We're looking at next week. We're talking all sorts of cotton. All right. Well, that's our listener feedback this week. Look, if you want to be a part of the show, the number one way to do that is email us podcast@pencinema.com. Now, Penn, this brings me to a part of the show where I feel obligated, but not only obligated, I feel an intense desire to say,
A passion.
yeah, I passionately want to ask you, what's it with you?
The introduction makes me so happy. I hope you remember to play it at my funeral.
No doubt.
All right, I have a lot. So I'm just going to burn.
You're just burned.
I'm going to burn right through them. First of all, Amy and Kayla and a friend of ours went to see Beautiful, the musical at the Fulton.
Oh.
It's so good. Especially, I mean, anybody would love it, but especially if you like Carole King music and, you know, folk music from the 60s and 70s. Did you know that Carole King wrote The Locomotion?
No.
Everybody's doing it, The Locomotion. Yeah, she wrote it. Who would have known?
I didn't.
We
I
love
mean, I
it.
do now.
The Fulton is killing it. The Fulton is on the upswing. So, first of all, We saw that and loved it. I'm excited. I tried to get tickets Saturday night to see Death Trap, and it's sold out. That's the play they're doing upstairs.
Yeah.
So I got to find a different night. And then Penn Cinema has officially signed on to be the production sponsor of Frozen,
Oh, nice.
which opens on November 15th and runs through the holidays.
Sweet deal.
Yep. I watched the entire series, the limited series of Ripley.
Okay.
That black and white takes place.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, if you're still listening, Ripley would be great for the flight home. And for everybody else, I highly recommend Ripley. It takes place in Italy in 1960, and it is so good.
Yeah. And it is attached to the Alien movies, right?
None whatsoever. No aliens in the whole film.
That's crazy.
There is Dakota Fanning, but she's a minor character. Anyway, Ripley is great.
I think she's over 21 now. She's not really a minor anymore.
Amy and I watched Nobody Wants This with Kristen Bell on Netflix. It's so good. I'm sorry.
I really want to watch that.
Let me rephrase it. It's not that good,
What?
but it's so fun.
Okay.
You know, and it's like it's great. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like Ripley is an incredible production.
It is not a great movie, but you enjoyed it a lot.
Thoroughly.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of great movies that I thoroughly enjoy, for some reason I rewatched Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
So good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And you can watch it like over and over and it's still good.
Yeah.
We had a little family trip to the Philadelphia Museum of Illusions, which was fun. I highly recommend it.
Or was the fun just an illusion?
It may have been just an illusion, but I do have a picture of me and the girls hanging upside down from a booth in an old school diner.
Or were they not selling potos? Did you have to get a picture?
We had to get a picture. There were no potos. We're in the Philadelphia Museum of
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia. We're not saying our H's this week, ladies and gentlemen. And then last but not least, I did it. I saw Saoirse Ronan in The Outrun.
How was it?
It was incredible.
Because I was going to say we should do that next week, but I didn't realize that Saturday Night Live is out.
I literally do not understand how this movie, The Outrun, I get why it's not a huge commercial success.
Yeah.
Because it's not like flashy and whatever, but it is beautiful.
Okay.
It's deep and it's well told and her acting is off the charts.
Nice.
The movie is beautiful. There's lots of quiet reflections like of Irish scenery and stuff like that. I really recommend this movie, The Outrun. It's not going to be around for long because nobody else is coming to see it, but it should do better than it's doing.
I saw you standing in front of the poster the other day.
Yeah.
I'm just going, you're beautiful. Beautiful to me. Yeah. I'm going to sound kind of boring because mine's the same list as last week, but I've been deep into it and getting even more enjoyment out of it. I've been about 75% through Irredeemable, which is really good. And I've been playing a ton of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which is fighting for right now one of my top 3 best Zelda games.
Wow.
I know. You know about Zelda, so you know what that means.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I still haven't gotten over from last week?
What's that?
What was that movie I asked you about, like The Overlord or something?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Was it? I don't know, man.
The Overlord in the Sacred Kingdom.
Yeah, the movie I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I still don't know about.
I am devastated that you didn't know about it because when I booked it, I put it in Theater 6. Pretty big movie, 106 seats.
Yeah.
And then we did the show and you're like, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I went back to my desk and moved it to Theater 1.
Any pickups for it yet?
No.
Yeah.
Zero.
Right.
Goose eggs.
Next week, should we come in fully prepared to talk about Overlord?
We should.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the expression so-and-so is edgelordy?
I mean, we did talk about edgelords last week.
We did?
Yeah.
You and I did.
I was the one who...
Okay, you brought it up. That's
I
right.
schooled you
Yes.
about edgelords, which is funny. I have 2 things to say before we close. I had lunch with someone, my good boy, Emmanuel. I said, yeah, I was talking about Todd Phillips, and it's like, yeah, he didn't really like the incels like in the movie. He's like, yes, the edgelords. And I was like, yes.
Yes. Yes.
But he also asked me this question. He was asking about Megalopolis. And he said, is Megalopolis the big letdown of the year?
No.
And I said no, because no one's seeing it. It's hard to have the big letdown when no one's seeing it. I said, I think Joker is the big letdown of the year because everyone's seeing it and not very many people are liking it.
I 100% agree. I would give it a different reason. I would say Joker's the biggest letdown of the year simply because how excited we all were for it.
Yeah.
And even though I loved it, it takes it away when nobody else loves it with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes away from your experience.
Yeah.
Although I will say, unless maybe everybody was just being polite, but I was with a small group, like there was like 4 or 5 of us, and everybody walked out like talking about how great it was.
Interesting. Look, some people like it. It's okay.
Yeah.
We don't all have to like the same
Yeah.
things. All right. Well, look, if you want to be a part of the show, the best way to do that is...
I always like this.
It's weird. Nobody would have guessed. If you want to be a part of the show, go ahead and email us, podcast@penncinema.com. But if you want to support the show, just tell a friend, unless you are the mystery gobble.
Or if you're also on a trip in Europe.
Yeah.
Any of our listeners, let's not just lay it on the gobble. Any of our listeners who happen to be in Europe,
On a trip.
Connor O'Connor,
Yeah. Or live there.
or live there,
Yeah. If you are literally in Europe,
Right.
you have a moral obligation.
indeed,
Yeah.
nothing short of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we want you to tell a friend. All right. Well, once again for the Penn Cinema Podcast, I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.
Nice. That was awesome. Good. Yeah. Great. I'm happy.
It's a cut.